Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to take another very important example for reactive form, where we will see how we can use validator with FormGroup. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand the entire process to utilize validators with the FormGroup. We will see one example and also verify the output in the end. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use FormGroup with validators. Now those who have already watched the previous session, they might have some idea, because with FormControl also we utilize the validator, right? So here also we are going to make the combination of both FormGroup and FormControl. Okay, and as I mentioned, like before we move ahead, it would be really great if you watch the previously released sessions, because they all are in proper sequence. And for that, what you can do, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find more than 3000 plus resources, which is available at free of cost for all of you in both languages, Hindi as well as English. So as per your convenience, you can consume it. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead. So here currently I'm in app.component.html file, where I have mentioned two headings. One is Angular course by Sharmit, and another one is reactive form in Angular FormGroup with validators. Okay, so we have these two headings. Now from these two headings, what we will do, we will design the form. So I will add one more horizontal row here. In between these two horizontal row, I will design my form. But to design the form, there are some prerequisites, right? We need to import some few things. So that all thing we will be declaring in the app.component.ts file. Okay, so let's go to component.ts file. Here in ts file, we will go for component import section, and here I will write my second topic, my second very important thing, because first is you need to know about the basics, and then you can import here the second thing, that is reactive form module. So this module is imported. Now once this module is imported, you can see it is also imported here. That means now we are good to use it. So let's go ahead and declare the required variables. So here I will write a user form, user data maybe, and we will use here new form group. Okay, and then opening closing parenthesis and a curly braces. So to demonstrate this thing, what we will do, our requirement is very simple. We want to declare two fields. One is for name and another one is for email. Okay, so in name field, like we will apply some validation, like name should be required, and in email field we will apply two validation. It should be required, and also it should be a proper valid email. So these kind of validation we want to apply with validators. Okay, so for that I just added this user data with new form group, opening closing parenthesis and curly braces. Now you can expand this thing, and here you will define the other required stuff like name. So in name I will use here FormControl. So as I mentioned, we will be using the combination. Okay, so FormControl and form group. So here I just put this single quotes, 1 comma, then we will write here validators dot required. Okay, then 1 comma again, and after that we will write here email. With email we will write new FormControl, opening closing parenthesis, single quotes, then we will write here validators. But here I want to apply two kind of validation, right? So for that we will use array. So we will write like this, validators dot required, then comma, validators dot email. Okay, so these are the two things which I would like to validate here. Now after this, what we will do, once this thing is ready, you can simply put a semicolon over here just to terminate this. And if you want to write a logic for button, like to console the values or something like that, you can do, but for now we are just mainly focusing on this part, so I think not needed now, but yeah, you can implement it. Okay, all right, so this thing is ready. Now we just want to apply this thing to a normal HTML. So let's go here. I will design my form. So I will just simply write form, and in form, firstly I'll show you without any validation, and then I'll show you how the validation will work. Okay, so here we will add the label, and in label I will mention name. Okay, then we will add the input field. Here I will write type as text. Okay, then we will write form control name, then we will mention here the name that we declared in component.ts file. So this field is ready. Likewise, we will add the second label. This is for the email, so I will write email here. One input field, here I will mention type, and type would be text only. Okay, so text is there. Then after this we will add form control name again, and this time we will assign it as a form control name as email. Okay, so just write email. Perfect. So this thing is ready. So we have created two input fields, two labels for the form. Now next what we will do, we will simply run this application. So just go here and serve the application, ng-serve -- open. So we have not applied that validation part yet. We have just designed the thing. I'll show you and then we will apply it. Okay, so you can see this is how our application looks like. It is taking some time to show you the output, but we will get, here we can see we have one main heading, Angular codes by Sharmit. Then we have second heading, reactive form in Angular, form group with validators. Then one horizontal row, one label, one input field, another label, another input field, and one more horizontal row. Now if I write something here, you can see it is taking it. In fact, if I'm not fulfilling the requirement, still it is not throwing any error. So this thing we want to implement. So to implement this thing, what we will do in a simple way, you can just go here in form, just write here form group, and assign user data to it. Okay, and if you want to submit the form, you can use ng submit part here, but I'm not going to do that. So I just write like this. Okay, and then for error messages we need ngif. Ng is for conditional statement. So let's go to app.component.ts file. Here after reactive module we can write ngif. Okay, so now we are good to use it. So here what I'll do now, I'll just simply add one div. So let's add it here, or maybe after name itself you can add that div so that you can remember it that it is something related to name. Okay, so div is there. Then we will write here *ngif, where we will mention user data dot get parenthesis. Here I will write name. Okay, name. Then after this we will use question mark dot invalid. So here I'm just checking if it is invalid, and user data dot get. Inside this we will write here name again. So I'll just write name. Then after name we will write here question mark dot touched. Okay, touched. So in that case also we will throw the error. Something is wrong here. Let's see. Invalid. Let me recheck. We have div *ngif user data dot get, which is correct. Then we have name field. I think parenthesis. Yeah, parenthesis is missing. So one parenthesis should be there. It should be in parenthesis name. Then question mark dot invalid 2 times %. Then user data dot get name question mark touched. And after touch there should not be any parenthesis. So this is how we will write the logic, and in between this we will mention the message, that is name is required. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply copy this thing here and just paste it after the email part. Okay, and here instead of name we will just change it to email, and here also we will make it change to email. Okay, and in case of email I will just simply mention one thing, that valid email required. email should be valid, or maybe we can write, because we know that we have applied to logic, right? So valid email is mandatory or required, we can write required. Perfect. Now you can save it and see the application. So if I write something like I just touched this thing and keep outside, so you can see name is required message we are getting. Likewise, if I touch email, valid email is required. So if I write something in name, that error is removed, and for email you can see in case of ABC it is not throwing any error, then at Gmail, after this whatever you write with dot, it will accept it. Clear? So this is how we can apply the validation with the help of validator and this form group. Clear? So I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.